Friday the 13th has long been associated with bad luck, superstition, and eerie vibes. The combination of the number 13 and the day Friday has become one of the most well-known superstitions around the world. But where does the fear come from, and why does it still hold such power today? Origins of the Friday the 13th superstition. The fear of Friday the 13th, often referred to as triskaidekaphobia, fear of the number 13, and paraskevidekatriaphobia, fear of Friday the 13th, has roots in both history and religion. The number 13 has been considered unlucky in many cultures throughout history, stemming from various sources, biblical origins. In Christianity, the Last Supper hosted 13 guests, with Judas, the betrayer of Jesus, being the 13th. Jesus was crucified on a Friday, further cementing the connection between Friday and misfortune. Norse mythology. A Norse myth tells the story of a banquet in Valhalla with 12 gods, where Loki, the trickster god, was the uninvited 13th guest. This led to chaos and tragedy, linking the number 13 with disaster. Knights Templar. On Friday, October 13th, 1307, King Philip IV of France ordered the arrest of the Knights Templar. Many were tortured and executed, marking the date as historically ominous. Ancient numerology. In numerology, 12 is considered a complete number. For example, 12 months in a year, 12 signs of the zodiac. The number 13, however, is seen as irregular or disruptive. A Friday, a day of misfortune. Fridays were historically seen as unlucky in various cultures. For example, sailors traditionally considered embarking on voyages on Fridays to be bad luck. The idea of Friday as an inauspicious day further compounds the superstition when paired with the number 13. Cultural impact and popular belief. Friday the 13th continues to influence modern culture and folklore, especially in Western societies. Many people avoid activities like traveling, making big purchases, or even scheduling important meetings on this date. Some buildings skip the 13th floor and airlines avoid having a row 13. While these practices seem irrational to some, they highlight the deep-rooted fear surrounding Friday the 13th. The fear can even extend to measurable economic effects. Studies show that businesses often experience a dip in sales and productivity on Friday the 13th. Some people refuse to leave the house altogether, which has led to a noticeable reduction in travel and activity. The fear of Friday the 13th has also been capitalized on in pop culture, most notably in the horror genre. The Friday the 13th film series, which debuted in 1980, solidified the date's association with horror, spawning sequels and becoming a cultural icon in its own right. The slasher film, centered around the infamous masked character Jason Voorhees, is synonymous with the eerie feelings people have about this particular date. In addition to films, books, TV shows and other media have referenced or been inspired by the mystique of Friday the 13th. The theme of bad luck, unexpected doom and suspense continues to entertain and intrigue audiences, blending superstition with fictional narratives. While Friday the 13th is widely feared in the United States and other Western countries, not all cultures view this date in the same way. For example, in Italy, Friday the 17th is considered unlucky instead. In Spain and many Latin American countries, Tuesday the 13th is the day of bad luck, not Friday. In Greece, Tuesday is also associated with misfortune, particularly because of its connection to Mars, the god of war. While many embrace the eerie allure of Friday the 13th, it's important to remember that the superstition is largely psychological. Bad things happen on any day of the week, and much of the fear is a result of cultural conditioning. For those who truly fear the day, cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, has been shown to help people overcome irrational fears, including those related to Friday the 13th. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, Friday the 13th holds a unique place in both superstition and pop culture. Its origins are steeped in religious, historical, and cultural beliefs that have been passed down for centuries. Though many dismiss it as an outdated myth, its influence continues to be felt in modern times. So on the next Friday the 13th, whether you're staying home under the covers or heading out to see the latest horror movie, remember that the date's true power lies in the mind and maybe in a good ghost story or two.